Hey, this is Jim. Thanks for joining us for another NDI November Integrator Spotlight. You will see joined with me today is Matt Baker from Visua. Hey, Matt.
Hey, how you doing?
Excellent, man. How are
How's it
you?
going? Matt Baker, as you said, Jim. I am the GM at Visua. We are an audio video integration firm and design consulting firm,
Okay.
focused primarily on the sports market and really the niche of minor league sports and collegiate.
You know what, though? I've seen more and more, especially lately, that these minor league teams are making some major investments in their
Hmm.
production technology and reaching out to their local audiences.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to invite you on the show to talk about how NDI technology takes place in its role in working with
Hmm.
these sports teams and to ask you about some of the challenges that you face when you're dealing with minor league franchises.
Sure. On top of the fact that minor league sports has always had kind of smaller budgets, the leagues from the top down, have really been putting a lot more requirements on the stream that they have to do. What we have kind of found out and what we've really used NDI to do is to bring that all together. Whether it's using TriCaster, and mini 4Ks, we put in a lot of those in, and a
Yep.
lot of TC1s in. And what's really unique about NDI is we can put in a lot of different what we call color shots
Right.
into a sports broadcast. What we've really been able to do is utilize PTZ cameras,
Yep.
and static NDI cameras and bring those into our show, so we have so many different angles.
What are some of the more creative things that you've run into during your installations?
We're doing a project right now in California. It's a AAA ball club stadium, big stadium that now is a single A stadium. And they've had SDI, RG6 cabling all over the place. All we got to do now is just put in the infrastructure NDI network, and we can actually branch out and have so many different places that we can actually put cameras.
You know, Matt, you brought up a really important feature that NDI gives us. NDI gives us the ability to bring in the video feed from the camera, but now over that same Cat6 cabling, you're getting control of the PTZ cameras as well as
Hmm.
power with the power over Ethernet. So now you're cutting out all of these old SDI cables and you're replacing everything with a network infrastructure. And I'm going to roll a video clip behind me that you sent over from the Milwaukee Milkmen. So I imagine this is one of those installs that you're talking about, right,
Oh
Matt?
yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, this is one. It's kind of an interesting story. We literally received a call from them, 10 to 14. I think it was like 10 days before their opening day in May, and they didn't have any cameras. They didn't have any switcher replay because they had outsourced it in the past. So they
Right.
called us, and we're like, "Hey, we need to do something here. We need a show." So we were able to quickly put together, a TC1, 3P1, some PTZ cameras, and like I
Yep.
said, some of those static color shots, and utilizing some of the little, existing fiber backbone that they already had,
Yep.
and we were able to install that in 4 days. Nothing that we've really been able to experience before NDI, being able to do something like that and get something up and running like that within that short of a time period. We always say we help teams because it's more than just, this equipment is really just the tools to put on a show, right?
Absolutely.
In minor league baseball, it is so much a show. It's more than the sport. In minor league sports, there's two shows you're producing. There's the in-house show, which is on your video board,
Yep.
that you're doing tons of sponsorship for that, and then there's your stream, and a lot of time we're simulcasting a lot of that stuff.
And like you and I alluded to earlier, when you start with an NDI infrastructure, you can bring in and add additional tools. You mentioned the TriCaster and the 3Play. The new Tech 3Play system for instant replay in sports production has got to be a huge thing that you're asked for all the time, right?
Oh yeah, replay is huge, and giving different angles and such into that. It also provides a lot of opportunity for sponsorships and
Yep.
to to enhance that and add inventory that teams can sell, for transitions, and it's sponsored by blah 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 company.
Yep. And you know what? It's funny. I never thought of it that way, but it really is a good point. When you roll that replay clip, it allows you to tag it with the sponsor, to roll a video for a commercial coming in and out of it. So it does give you that additional inventory. Matt, I have another video to roll here, and I'm sure you
Sure.
provided it just because of the team name, the
Oh
Illinois
yeah.
Valley Pistol Shrimp.
Yeah, I love these guys, man. They're just they're a scrappy little team here. So they're a team that plays in the Prospect League, which is a collegiate woodbat league.
Okay.
And they don't have a stadium, and as you can see, there's no big stands there. They did put some stands in place, and they added some dugouts and stuff like that. But it's they needed to put together some kind of show. There wasn't really anywhere to mount a camera out there. The way that we did this is we were able to put a PTZ camera in a dugout. We were able to put a follow camera with a NDI converter encoder in the other dugout, and then we were able to put a camera out in the outfield. And it's a 3-camera show, but it's really a fun show because
Yeah.
the guys are also so small that they actually have like 2 guys that are their commentators, and it's like listening to 2 guys on a couch talk about a baseball game. It's so fun. We were able to install this in 2 days by getting the cameras over 1 Cat 6 control and video, and it just made our lives so much easier as integrators.
But one of the things you notice immediately on the video clip is that the stadium isn't a stadium. It's a baseball field. And
Yep.
you taking that challenge and installing an NDI production system the same way you did in the minor league stadium that we saw a moment ago, it really shows you how much capability is there to create a very nice sports production, regardless of the size of the organization. What are some of the things that you recognize as being a great opportunity with NDI specifically in the future?
Yeah, it's what I'm really excited about is, and the other part of our world outside of production is we do a lot of digital signage projects.
Okay.
And what I'm really excited to see is how NDI expands in that world, and how we are able to take sources that are, in our in-house sources and send them to all the displays and displays easily across the stadium.
Okay.
For fans, whether they're in the suites or whether they're walking through a concourse, we like to put displays around the concourse in those places to obviously hit them with sponsorship ads, but also live video and content like that. So I'm really excited to see how NDI starts evolving into the digital signage world.
Yep.
And on top, everybody's right now, the big topic everybody's talking about is NDI Bridge,
Yes.
NDI 5. So I'm really excited about that and how I can bridge different teams together, and bring sources from other clients to other clients, and doing so much more. We're right now in the heat of building a new baseball stadium, and we're really building and designing a lot of this around NDI. And we're putting digital signage, and we're thinking, okay, how are we getting all of our sources to those displays? Whether they're it's the general manager in their office wanting to watch the game, and I think the easy way, like what makes sense to me, is getting all that across the network via NDI.
Do me a favor, give us a little bit more information again for the sports teams that are out there or other people who want to get into live production, how they
Sure.
can contact and start the conversation with Visua.
Yeah, thanks again, Jim. This was a lot of fun. You can contact us at that number 866-847-8228. If any kind of audio video technology and you're a sports team in a stadium, give us a call. We will help you. Again, whether it's what we talked about today, whether you want to put some new speakers in your stadium, anything audio video technology, we're nerds, and we will help you out. And we will help you maximize that technology, because that's what we love to do, design and then teach our clients how to use it.
Matt, thanks again for joining us. Have a happy NDI November.
Thanks, appreciate it. Happy NDI November.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Yeah.